The Adorne under-cabinet lighting system is a fully customizable and modular solution for providing power, lighting, and music. It is compatible with any kitchen layout as well as with any home wiring. The system can be either hardwired directly into your home's existing wiring or plugged into an existing outlet. Hardwired installations typically require an electrician. Unless wired to be controlled from a wall switch or dimmer, hardwired installations will require a control box. While there are other options to choose from, we recommend the 2-gank control box with GFCI outlet and paddle dimmer for most installations. The plug-in system is the simplest installation, easily performed by most DIYers. The plug-in control box snaps into any module opening in the track and plugs into an existing wall outlet to provide system power. One plug-in control box is required for each cabinet section. In our kitchen, we are going to install both types of systems. On the left of our cooktop, we will use the plug-in control box. On the right, we will hardwire a 2-gank control box. The modular track is mounted the same way regardless of which control box is selected. Regardless of your particular kitchen, all layouts will contain straight and L-shaped cabinet sections. Consider each continuous run of cabinets as an individual section. When measuring, we recommend you start at one corner of your kitchen and work clockwise. Measure the underside of each cabinet section at the back of the cabinet until you reach a break, such as a window, appliance, or archway. Be careful measuring, as modular tracks should not be installed over light rail molding. Once you have all measurements, you are ready to determine the modular track required. Modular track is available in 12, 18, and 27-inch lengths, and can be installed in any combination. Based on your measurements, determine the number and combination of modular track you need to best fit your cabinet sections. For L-shaped sections, you will also need a corner connector. Allow 3 inches on each side for the connector. For hardwired installations, allow 5 1/4 inches at one end for the 2-gank control box. For our kitchen, we have a straight section of 27 inches and an L-shaped section that's 35 by 85 inches with a corner fitting and a 2-gank control box. We will use 6 sections of track and an extender to align the modular track with the 2-gank control box. To protect your countertops, we suggest that you lay paper or cardboard over your work areas to avoid damage. The tools required to complete this installation include a 5/16-inch drill, a Phillips screwdriver, a flat blade screwdriver, a measuring tape, and a pencil. When using the modular track extender, you may need a metal cutting saw. To prevent shock or electrocution, always turn the power off at the service panel before working with wiring. Do not apply power to the Adorne under-cabinet system until all components are properly installed and all wiring is properly terminated. Your Adorne under-cabinet lighting system must be installed after all backsplash finish work has been completed, such as stonework, tiling, or paneling. Some Adorne accessories may not fit properly if the under-cabinet system does not sit in front of the backsplash finished surface. Our wiring is located on the right side of our kitchen. We have a 12-2 non-metallic sheathed cable for the receptacle circuit and 14 3-feed for the lighting and accessory circuit. Remove knockouts on the back of the 2-gang box and insert the cable bushings. Pull cables through the bushings, then force the rest of the cable back into the wall. Secure the box to the wall. Anchors are not included, so be sure to use the appropriate hardware for your wall. The Adorne under-cabinet lighting system gets bolted onto the underside of your cabinets. Each modular track comes with all the required hardware to properly mount each track. Each modular track comes with a metal coupling, electrical connector key, and hardware bag. Each bag consists of a pair of 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, 1 1/8 inch, and 1 1/2 inch carriage bolts, a pair of short and long connector nuts, stackable spacers, and a module removal tool, and a drill guide. The different bolts that are included will allow the under-cabinet lighting system to be mounted to framed or flat-bottom style of cabinets. When you are finished installing the modular tracks, there will be extra hardware. For flat-bottom cabinets, the short carriage bolt and connector nut are needed. For framed cabinet installation, you will need to measure your frame depth. Frame depth is the distance from the bottom edge to the bottom of the cabinet. For frame depths from 1/8 inch to 1/2 inch, use the 3/4 inch carriage bolt. For frame depths from 5/8 inch to 1 inch, use the 1 1/8 inch carriage bolt. For frame depths from 1 1/8 inch to 1 1/2 inch, use the 1 1/2 inch carriage bolt. On each modular track section, slide the appropriate length carriage bolts into the mounting slot in the modular track. We recommend that you use 2 bolts per length of modular track. To connect sections of modular track, use the electrical connector key. You may need to remove the key and plug it into the connector on the other side. Align key to connector and push together. The key can only be inserted one way. Insert the metal coupling halfway and tighten set screw. Repeat the sequence for each straight section of modular track. Attach the adapter coupling for the 2-gang control box. Once connected, make sure all set screws are tight and secure, and that cover section seams are nice and tight. In this installation, we need a blank extender section of modular track cut to 9 1/2 inches to fill a gap in our layout. The extender section includes a wire harness but no receptacles. To trim the extender, remove the wire harness from inside and cut the aluminum extrusions to length with a miter saw or other suitable metal cutting tool. It is recommended to cut the base and cover as one to assure cut edges are square and aligned. Insert the extender harness into the end of the track. Attach the trimmed extender segment to the rest of the modular track assembly with the cut end of the extender next to a power control box or corner fitting to minimize exposure of the cut edge. Fold the wire harness to fit inside. When installing a corner fitting, allow harness to extend 4 inches. To carry the under-cabinet system around a corner, we will use a corner fitting. This includes a fitting base, a fitting cover, and a wire harness. When using the modular track blank extender, the corner connector harness is not required. We will use the harness included with the extender. The corner fitting base is comprised of 2 coupling segments joined together using the supplied screw. Remove the screw and set aside for later use. Slide the end of the coupling onto the end of the modular track until it hits the stops and tighten the coupling screw. Keep the correct orientation of the coupling to the modular track. Repeat this step with the second segment of the fitting. Before mounting the assembled modular track system under your cabinets, we recommend that you test fit the assembly to assure that everything lines up as desired. If you need to extend the modular track a small amount, loosen the coupling screws on the end or corner fitting and slide it. Be sure to tighten the coupling screws again before mounting to the cabinets. Attach any end caps at this point. Using the position of the carriage bolts on your assembled modular track sections as a guide, mark the approximate location of your mounting holes under the cabinets with a pencil. Using the drill guide provided, drill a 5/16 inch diameter hole at the location of each bolt. When drilling holes in cabinets, use a scrap piece of wood on the inside for support. This will prevent rough edges and splinters on the edges of the holes. Do not use the drill guide when walls are out of flat. If the track rocks back and forth, there is a high spot in the wall. Instead, position the bolts where you want them and hold the track up against the wall and cabinet where you wish to install them. Using the pencil, mark each bolt location. Remove the track from the wall and then drill each hole where you made the pencil marks. Lift the modular track assembly up under the cabinets, positioning the carriage bolts through the holes. You may need an extra set of hands to help hold the modular track in place until connector nuts are started. Drop connector nuts from inside the cabinets into holes and loosely tighten the fasteners using a screwdriver. When using the corner fitting or a hardwired control box, use the screws that were set aside to secure the modular tracks to the fittings. Using the spacers provided, configure them to match the frame depth. They can be stacked several ways to match different cabinet depths. Slide spacers over the bolts. Tighten the fasteners using a screwdriver. Plug the end of the wire harness into the open connector. Attach the extender cover. Attach corner connector cover. Hook the cover at the rear of the corner and rotate upward. To mount the additional track on the left side of our kitchen, we follow the same basic steps. Once fully mounted, we are ready to wire our under-cabinet lighting system.